Hi guys, it's Karl with the K. I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe out there. I'm here at Huntsville Steamworks once again. We're mid-swing with all of our camps, and the kids are having a blast. All sorts of different things are happening around here, and I wanted to show you some of those things. Next week we're going to be doing Survivors Camp with 6th to 8th graders, and we're going to be exploring how you survive out in the wilderness, some of those techniques to learn to just be able to better take care of yourself while you're out there. And so we're going to be showing off one of the interesting experiments that you might not think goes with Survivor, but it's actually pretty cool. So what I have here today is a 9-volt battery and some steel wool. And if anybody has been a little bit adventurous and ever done the whole tongue to the battery, you know that there's a connection that you can create by bridging the gap between the two prongs of the 9-volt battery. And because of that, because they're so close together, you can actually use that to your advantage while you're out and about. This is like one simple thing that you can keep, two simple things that are easy to buy that you can keep on you to be able to help yourself, because there's a lot of different ways to make fires, a lot of different things, and one of the quickest way is by making embers. And so if you can make some embers, you can end up fanning those into larger brush and then into a full-on flame or bonfire to keep yourself warm, cook, whatever you need to do. So I was going to show off how that works. So as you might know, the one prong is going to be positive, and then the other prong is going to be negative, okay? And so there's going to be a flow of electricity, and when that electricity doesn't have a place to go or something to do, it's going to build up really fast. It's going to give off some sort of reaction. A lot of times you see it in a light bulb or your devices working, computers, all those things. They're using that energy and it's flowing. But if there's nowhere for it to give off that energy, use that energy, it's going to create a reaction, and then this reaction is going to be in the form of heat. So that heat is going to and the cool thing about steel wool is there's a bunch of little things that will be able to bridge the gap between those two prongs. So I'm going to put it together and you're going to see a really cool effect. Yeah. And steel wool is pretty, eventually the fibers will run out, but it'll burn for quite a while. And you can use that to start to help your flame. You can fan that, and you can make that into a flame as those fibers burn away inside of the steel wool. And all it's doing is it's just connecting that energy. And so now that heat is being given off by those wires inside, and that's what you see that's left over. That's what's not burning up, is actually the steel inside of the steel wool. Everything that's burning up is just the little wool fibers that are inside of the steel wool. And what's left over is just the steel. And it's actually a fairly safe experiment to do, but you do see that it gives off those sparks, and I made sure to put on gloves to make sure that I didn't conduct any energy into myself. But this is something that you can definitely, under supervision, try out at home, because it's a fun little experiment. And there it goes. It went out. I could do it again and again, and so this shows that you could just buying these two things, you could make multiple fires. You could use that. You could tear it off, because steel wool is able to be torn apart and torn off. And so you see that there's a whole thing. And I just did the top layer, so I could use this in a multiple times and be able to create multiple fires. Now we're going to be exploring this and other ways to make fires and do survival techniques, learning about knots, all that things. And that's just one of our camps this week. We hope you guys will join us next week and throughout the summer for all the fun we'll be having.